Hey, welcome back to our channel. Got some whoppers for you. And so when I see Mexicans that are scared, and a lot of Mexicans are no longer scared, but how many Mexicans were so scared? And you could see it because you can plainly see who's scared and who's not, because they watch TV. There's a lot of TV watching. And a lot of people are out here, they're doing the traveling and they're making fun of people that are scared. I say, don't make fun of people that are scared. Help them. As a lay evangelist, that's what I'm called to do. But you should try to help people see the truth and not get on social media and mock them and make fun of them. That's what a lot of people do. You know what? You're not helping anything.
Let's go to the beach.
Are you thinking about doing some world travel? Are you thinking about taking some incandescent bulbs with you when you travel? You know, they're trying to ban those. Oh boy. The truth is out. Corporations are lying, have been lying to Americans, but it's not just corporations. It's institutions, it's governments, it's everywhere. I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm just overwhelmed with the amount of lack of truth. You know, it sometimes can be overwhelming to think that everything around us is built on stuff that's just not true. Now everything you read doesn't have any, just doesn't have, it's either lying by omission or just outright giving you falsehoods. I think one of the tenets of communism is to, like George Orwell's 1984, the Ministry of Truth. And it's like we're seeing that play out where, you've got entities coming out wanting to dictate to adults what truth is. I mean, in a free society, we hear everything and we decide for ourselves what truth is. And it's like, I don't know, it's like we're being told, well, you're not capable of knowing what the truth, because we've been lying to you for so long and you've been believing it. And that shows us and tells us that we can pretty much become your minister of truth, and we can pretty much tell you what the truth is. And that's really what it's saying. And when we see things like, the government is going to ban incandescent light bulbs, or they're going to tell companies not to sell gas stoves anymore. Remember, the principle of incrementalism says that this is just to see that. I think that people don't realize that little by little, it's just the camel's nose under the tent. And if you don't push it out, pretty soon the whole camel's going to be in your tent. That brings up the question of being a good citizen. Well, what is a good citizen? Is it one that just bows down to lies and untruth and allows himself to be enslaved? Or is it one that knows the law, understands what law is, and stands for what is truth and what is true law? Like telling someone that they have to have a certificate of health to go back home to their country. Well, that's not law. Telling someone that they're going to have to take a shot every year now. COVID shots are going to become a yearly thing. I mean, guess what? Flu shots have been a yearly thing for a long time. We never took any. That's the kind of channel you're on, just to let you know. If you're looking for a channel of people that take all their shots and just want to hear how wonderful everything is, it's going to be another channel. But, we never took any of those flu shots, so we don't care that there's flu shots, and we don't care that people take the flu shots. We don't control what other adults do. Not that we don't care at all. We care that people are damaging themselves, but we have no control over that. There's nothing we can do about it other than try to warn people. And if they don't want to be warned, then they still want to take them. You know, my mom took all the flu shots and she still got the flu. So, and she got the flu all the time. So, you know, and this is not really the argument I don't want to enter into that argument, because people are just, they're in a different dimension. And so just to say that I don't care that they're going to have COVID shots every year as long as they're not mandatory. The flu shots weren't mandatory. People took them if they wanted. And if the CDC wants to say that there's going to be yearly flu shots, let them. But I mean, they're not going to become my ministry of truth. You know, nobody's the ministry of my truth.
I think if people feel the same way, they need to stand up too. They need to stand up for their beliefs.
Yeah, it's like, you know, if the CDC wants to say that, oh, you know what, there's a new, and there's always, nowadays, there's always some new health thing, and that this alone should raise people's awareness, and you know, that every few months there's some new disease on the horizon. And it's like, oh, well, you know what? There's this new tick now that there's a new disease that if you get bit by this tick and you're eating red meat, oh, really? Gee, how consistent is that with the communist plot? Oh, you didn't know the communist plot? Oh, they want to weaken your immune system so you can cut out red meat, because later they're going to cut out all meat. You know, so that your immune can just shrivel up and die, so that you'll die.
Yep.
So that we'll all die, so they can achieve their little, you know, distorted utopia. But do you see any ticks here? There's no ticks
I don't
here.
think they're going to see them.
I can eat red meat to my heart's content. I'm not sitting here shaking in my boots because of the so-called scare that the CDC is putting out today. And who believes it? I mean, who is this for? Is it people that live in the woods where there's the ticks? I mean, I don't know. It's like,
who put
it's
the
like,
ticks there, and why did the ticks all of a sudden have that and Lyme disease?
which brings up the article we saw that some building, I don't know if it was a lab or what, was discovered in California with a bunch of experiments on mice with all kinds of diseases and viruses and vials, and it was discovered by someone that was doing a routine code enforcement inspection or check, and something out of the ordinary, something was sticking out of the wall, which is unusual in America. And that called attention to it, and they discovered all these diseases and all these rats and mice and vials, and who in the world does things like that, and what for? And I mean, isn't this the kind of thing that could harm the public, that should be totally transparent and everybody should know about it?
Yes.
Oh, hey, yeah, we got this lab here. We're trying to figure out how to save people from these diseases. No, it was hidden.
It was owned by a Chinese man.
And it was owned by a Chinese man. Oh my gosh, the communists. The communists are in our land experimenting on how to exterminate us with viruses. When they were telling people that everybody was dying, like in Ecuador, they were telling people, there was a time when they were telling people, everybody's dying, and I couldn't believe how many people believed that on the internet.
They said there was dead people in the streets.
Dead people in the streets and this and that, and there's still people to this day that believe it. And, you know, in places like this, like in Mexico and a lot of places south of the border, not just Mexico, anywhere, Central America, South America, I'd be willing to bet you there isn't a day, maybe it's possible that there's a day or two in an entire year where it goes below 80, but I don't think it's likely because it's tropical here. So no, there isn't going to be any viruses running around the air killing everybody. And that was a hoax in Ecuador. The locals were telling us, because we aren't in touch with the locals, which a lot of people are not, were telling us that what was happening there with the photos, and people believe what they see, the photos of
Yeah,
dead
they
people's
believed
bodies
it.
in
But the
street.
locals were saying, we don't do that.
locals
They
were
would never
saying-
do that to my grandma, and neither would any other Ecuadorians put their grandma in the street to...
What was actually happening was that the people in charge of picking up people that every day people die of this and that, old age or whatever it is. You don't think people are dying every day just all the time without this big huge scare? People just live and people die. It's just a normal thing that happens every day, every week. Well, the ones that normally go out and pick up bodies and take them to a mortuary weren't doing their job.
Yeah, and they
I
stopped
don't
doing
know.
it.
Somebody was hired to tell people not to go pick up these bodies, and people had nowhere to put them. And they didn't want a dying corpse in the house, so they put outside. They had nowhere to put it.
This is from the locals.
The locals told us this, so this is what you were seeing, and it was just a whole huge hoax.
We tried to tell people in our
people
video.
just buying into it just like crazy. They were just believing it like just a school of piranhas on a carcass or something, and they were just feeding on it, on these hoaxes. And places like Guayaquil is the same thing. It's it's warm, pretty much all year there.
It's as hot there as it is here or Panama.
So, I mean, if there ever is anything like that, you can believe that it is a man-made biotech warfare. If there was a thing like that, and if that is what it is, you've got more to worry about than just the virus. What you've got there is organized, institutional war against the people.
Against
And
you.
it is a state of war. So this is not just some health thing, So it's the health thing is what's being used as a weapon, weaponized bio health warfare.
Yep.
And so when I see Mexicans that are scared, and a lot of Mexicans are no longer scared, but how many Mexicans were so scared? And you could see it because you can plainly see who's scared and who's not. Because they watch TV, there's a lot of TV watching. And a lot of people are out here, they're doing the traveling and they're making fun of people that are scared. I say don't make fun of people that are scared, help them. As a lay evangelist, that's what I'm called to do. But you should try to help people see the truth and not get on social media and mock them and make fun of them. That's what a lot of people do. You know what? You're not helping anything. Hi. Do you speak English? Can I talk to you? Why are you wearing a mask?
Mask.
Mask. Why are you wearing?
Pharmacy.
Why?
Pharmacy.
No, why? Perché? Parli italiano?
Yeah, parlo italiano. Dai.
Perché ti metti la maschera?
Problema come coronavirus.
Because of coronavirus?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have coronavirus?
No.
Okay.
This all right, inshallah.
Okay.
Io sono Muslim.
I don't have coronavirus.
No problem.
No.
Sono safe. Io sono safe. Io safe. Attenzione come così. Attenzione come metti il mask. Meglio così. Understand?
You feel safer
Yes.
with the mask?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think you're safer?
Quale safer quanto this one persone coronavirus io sono paura.
You don't know, maybe somebody walks by and they're sick. Okay, so that's understandable. You're here in public and lots of strange people walk by and you don't know. But the mask does not keep 100% of virus out. It does not keep 100%. 100%, non è la maschera 100%, non
meglio così,
non è 100%.
Se l'hai altri cose.
So it's not 100%.
Sono caldo adesso caldo, questo problema. Sono meglio così.
So you have a better mask
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay, but you're not wearing it.
Are you from?
So I'll bet you're a really handsome man. I would really like to see your face.
Say it in Italian.
Credo che sei un giovane bello. Allora vorrei vedere la faccia. Yes. Very good. I like that. That's a good smile. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Okay? You have a good day. Ancient scriptures say, expose evil and it will flee. But what we've got nowadays, if we've got these demonic, hardened criminals that have studied the past and they've seen how their kind have run for cover when they were exposed, and they've said to themselves, oh, you know what? We should just come out in the open and just do this out in the open, and we'll expose ourselves. That way there's no running. And that's what's happening now. But we can still expose them to the people that are living in fear and are believing in lies and hoaxes, because that's what they're trying to do, is have a hold on the people. And as long as they can't have a hold on the people, their whole little charade will collapse until the day that they unleash a real lab-made biowarfare genetic thing. But that's not as simple as it sounds, because it will kill them too. And they think they want to have at least 500 million of us that they can enslave.
Well, why do you think they have underground bunkers?
Well, it would kill everybody if they unleashed something like that. So I don't know. Maybe they got some kind of a plan for that. But I'm just saying, if that was the case, there's a lot more to worry about than just, you know, whether you're wearing a mask or something like that. It's going to be a lot deeper than that. And I think people should be prepared for anything. In the meantime, though, nothing wrong with enjoying life. There's more and more people coming here to the beach. As you can see, there's really not any fear here. And I love those places, even in southern Italy, even down in the lockdowns, there were people at the beaches that were just laughing and not in fear in a lot of places in southern Italy. And the southern Italians are like that. They're just more down-to-earth people. And I find southerners to just be that way. Even southerner Americans are like that for the most part, although they've been deluded by Yankees. Sorry, I don't want to get into that conversation. But
Well, it's true.
you know, I love seeing people that were not buying into the fear, and we need to help those people that do buy into fear. And a lot of people, if they're despondent, you just have to let them go and let them dwell in their own stew, so to speak. And you know, and I don't believe that life's too short, because when you live it every day and you do something you enjoy every day, life isn't too short. Life is only too short when you delay your life and you delay the gratification of what life was originally meant to be, and that is a balanced life. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not advocating a life of leisure, not at all. I'm advocating a balanced life which gives you time every day to do something for yourself that you enjoy. All right, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for coming to my channel. If you like the channel, tell other people about it. It's hard to make inroads in these algorithms that prefer people that blow a lot of postcards in people's faces. So help us out, tell your friends, and leave us a comment below, and have a wonderful day.